What is the best way to set up the targeting for your Facebook and Instagram campaigns? There's a gazillion ways that you can do this, and there's a gazillion ways that people teach how to do this. I'm just going to give you the way that I have found works best. And I don't know about you, but I like simple. I like things that work and that are simple to implement and that are simple to maintain. This formula that I'm going to give you for setting up your targeting is the one I find works best now. It takes into account the limited information that Facebook now has thanks to iOS 14 with the changes in tracking and privacy rules. It works very well across many different kinds of campaigns. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Hello, my name's Rod Bland. I'm the founder of Rod Bland Agency. Thanks for joining me on the channel or on the podcast, wherever you might be listening. I really appreciate your support. Today, I want to talk about the ideal targeting setup. Now, this is not necessarily the only way that you can do your targeting, but it's one that I have found works really well for Facebook advertising conversion campaigns, especially. And it's really simple. People often make things very complicated when it comes to audience targeting, and they don't need to. So the method that I'm going to show you now has worked well for us with clients who are spending as little as $100 a day up to clients who are spending $1,500 to $2,000 a day. It works equally well in both those situations. So without any further ado, let's jump on the computer. So here we are in the Facebook Ads Manager. I'm going to take you through specifically how we set up the targeting for a typical conversions campaign that uses a very simplified setup. As I mentioned before, it works with budgets that are as little as $100 a day, upwards of $1,500 to $2,000, and it's easy to do. So firstly, at the campaign level, we're setting this up with the conversions objective, and we're setting up with campaign budget optimization on, and I've got a daily budget of $200 a day. Your daily budget will vary. I would say don't do anything less than $35 a day personally. And then inside here, I've got two ad sets. These are the two ad sets that I would use inside this campaign at the minimum, and I would never include more than 5 ad sets. So if you want to test other ad sets like other lookalike audiences, then you could also add those in. Nowadays, I would not have an audience that's less than 5 million people as far as your cold audience goes. So this is the first cold audience. This is one that we always test now, which is simply a broad audience. Now in Australia, that means that down in the audience section, we've just got the location of Australia selected, but we don't have any other age or gender restriction. We don't have any interests included. Nothing. That gives us an audience of about 18 million people. If you've got a lookalike audience that is in Australia, then I would make that as large as you possibly could. But if you've got a lookalike audience, say in the United States or the UK, and that's 1% or 2%, that's generally going to be more than 5 million people. So I think that would be okay. But I'd really discourage you from refining the targeting according to age and gender. The Facebook algorithm is so well adjusted now that it will do a lot better job than what you could by actually ratcheting down on these things here. It will very quickly work out who's the best people to show the ads to, and then it'll do a good job from there. So that's really simply the cold audience targeting, which is literally keep it as broad and open as possible. And I've got another video that talks about wide open targeting, which I'll put in the video description as well. Now, the other ad set is the warm audiences. And for the targeting in this one, what I do is I include your website visitors from the last 180 days, not the last 14 days, 7 days, or anything like that. We include just website visitors 180 days. So that will cover anyone who's visited the website, whether they purchased or not. And in my experience, that will give you the best possible result because it allows the algorithm to just locate the right people who are going to meet your conversion objective from there. Now, also include all of your Instagram account engages from the last 365 days, which is as far back as you can go. All of your Facebook page ad engages from the last 365 days. Once again, that's as far back as you can go. And I also include all previous customers. There's a couple of ways you can include all previous customers. You can use the Facebook Pixel, but if you've only just started advertising and you've got a email management system running, such as Klaviyo, which you definitely should have running if you don't already, then that will usually contain all of your previous customers. If you've got it synchronized with your e-commerce system, you can take that segment and then you can synchronize it automatically to a custom audience within Facebook. And you can use that in your audience targeting here. If you've got a apparel business or you're selling anything that's food and nutrition related or anything where there's repeat items like toys, sporting equipment, there's so many different categories where your previous customers may want to buy from you again. There's very few categories I find where it's just a one and done situation where your customer only buys once, that's it, you're never going to see them again. So there's these 4 different audiences to include. So that's it. With the cold audience targeting, we just leave all of the targeting out of it. We don't put any interests, any behaviors, anything else. With the warm audience targeting, we're just specifying these audiences here, and we're not doing any other detailed targeting according to interests or behaviors or demographics or anything like that. You can test those things, but in my experience, these two audiences here, 90% of the time will work the best, and they'll give you a really simple setup that you can use that's going to be effective from the get-go. And that's it. That's the most effective targeting that I have been using successfully with clients for at least the last 18 months, especially since Apple iOS 14 has been released, and there's a lot less detailed information about people that Facebook has these days. I encourage you to try this out, no matter whether the budget's $100 or $1,500, $2,000 a day. You may be surprised at how well it works compared to more advanced targeting methods that other people are teaching. Now, if you found this content useful, please go ahead and hit the like button, click subscribe. I really appreciate that. It really helps me out. And if you are wanting to get help or advice with your Facebook and Instagram advertising, whether you just want to do better with what you're doing or you're wanting to get started and you want to have a chat with somebody about that, then there'll be a link in the video description below where you can click, you can book in a time to have a chat with me about that. And who knows, we may end up working together in the future. Thanks again for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.